All right, welcome to Waking the Kraken. I'm Wes Potts.
And I'm Alex Kahneman.
And today, Alex came up with a game for us. Alex, would you like to describe the game?
So the game is, we had to pick two random things each, and we're going to have to come up with some sort of conspiracy theory that links the two together. And once we're talking about the conspiracy theory, and we've kind of gotten the ball rolling, it'll be up to the other person to come up with a third thing to throw in that we have to incorporate into it.
Yes.
We figured it would be fun. So, do you want to get into it?
Yeah. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Let's have you start.
Okay. Mine, I feel like, is going to be probably like the more easy one to connect things with anyway. So my conspiracy theory that I came up with is the deep state is throwing various amounts of subliminal messages into many trending videos and Instagrams and other social medias. My little conspiracy theory ideas are the subliminal messages are assigned through ads. An ever-changing list of the trending on like any of the pages and stuff like that will give you a larger population. So like the idea is, you know, if you put subliminal messages in trending like things on a big website, then everyone's going to be like, oh, well, I don't really give a shit about Ariana Grande, but I do really like cute puppy videos, so it gets a larger and larger population.
I gotcha.
I have the surveys are identity markers. So like when you have like the survey on the YouTube thing where it's like, have you heard of either of these things and stuff, and you click it, that's an identifying marker. It puts it up in like a big company, and they go, oh, well, I see that they're picking this analytic and this analytic and this analytic, and so this must mean they're kind of this kind of person. So we'll direct a message towards them. And then that's why people are always looking at their phones so much, because they're getting subliminal messages all the time. That say, hey, check back in 15 minutes for other governmental ideas.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And how does that tie in with the California wildfires?
Well, I mean, it's obvious, really.
Yeah.
The deep state is really, really sick of California. They've been doing a lot of things that are environmentally friendly. And so what does the deep state need? They need a way to cut off the media, which is in California. So they're trying to like burn California down. That way people go to Atlanta, a more controllable area.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm into that. Okay. So my conspiracy is that the Build-A-Bear Foundation is actually making child sacrifices to the Canaanite god Moloch.
Okay.
So basically what the way it broke down was in 1997, the Build-A-Bear Foundation was founded in St. Louis, Missouri. Basically, it was all the guys who owned the regular old teddy bear company, but they were jealous with like Chinese labor laws allowing kids to work, and they were like trying to bring their factories into America and be able to capitalize on their child sacrifice, which they normally would have done through child labor,
right?
Because Moloch is advanced just with the rest of us, and he no longer needs kids to be killed. He just needs them to sacrifice time.
I see.
And so what ended up happening was their way of getting around the political problems and the cultural problems with having kids do the labor was they just put bear parts in the stores and then started charging you more to have your kid come in and build the bear themselves.
Ingenious.
Right? It's ingenious. So basically, it's their big workaround to be able to make all the sacrifices to Moloch so he doesn't destroy the world. He is I don't know. It's just that's pretty much it. That Build-A-Bear is child labor sacrifice for Moloch.
Sure. I just want to know where it ties into like the old hereditary line of Genghis Khan. Honestly,
well,
how can you possibly sit here and tell me that a company founded in St. Louis, Missouri has any ties with old like Mongol royalty?
Well, see, the Canaanite line is like super pure-blooded in mind, and so like they believe that anybody who is not of actual Canaanite descent is evil and is worth sacrificing. And so their goal is, since almost everybody who's not a Canaanite is related to the Mongolian hereditary, in some form or another. They're basically just saying, okay, that leaves pretty much everybody except our children available.
5% of the world part, is that the argument?
That's part of the argument.
I see. Okay, that was clever.
Yes. Yeah.
What if my okay, now it's time to see if we can make these two conspiracy theories work together.
Okay.
So obviously you have yours in a nutshell is Build-A-Bear is child labor to get around child labor laws to help a demon god.
Yes.
Okay, and then mine is the deep state and social media. How can you think we can spin this together? I mean, I feel like there's a natural commonality.
Yeah, there's got to be a way. All right, so like, what if like, in combination with like trying to cut people off of California with the fires, they're also trying to keep media attention away, keep people focused away from what's going on at Build-A-Bear. And so the best way to do that is to feed them subliminal messages on their phone to keep them interested in other things.
That's true. Or it's just a good cover-up. Like, it's one of those things where, like, they don't want you to know that your children are wasting away, spending life hours and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
So what are they doing? They're showing how exactly happy they are whenever they get that bear.
And they are very happy.
And they're all just CGI. That's it.
Yeah, that's
Have
what
you
it is.
ever seen a happy child?
No.
Anywhere?
That doesn't exist.
Like maybe a playground. That's it.
Yeah, right. Not at a Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, not at a Build-A-Bear. There's too many choices.
There is way too many choices. Have you ever been in one?
No. They're very open. Like in the mall, there's no doors. You can just stare in for a second.
Yeah, right.
It's just a bunch of kids screaming and like wanting different costumes.
Yeah, and like, have you ever noticed how Build-A-Bears are almost always like inappropriately placed, like right next to Spencer's?
No, is that a thing?
Yeah. Like, Build-A-Bears are always like right next to a store that they have no business being next to, just because of the way the mall works out.
I gotta remember these. I gotta check this out now.
Dude, totally.
No, that's not. That can't be true. That's immoral.
I saw it once on a vacation. There was a Build-A-Bear, and then like it wasn't right next to it, but
it's like within like
across, literally distance. Like the door across the hall was the Spencer's. Yeah, but Spencer's is like usually got the door to where you have to like weave your way in before you see anything.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, but I always thought that was funny.
Spencer's since I was 13 years old.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. Spencer's is full of so much just random crap.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I haven't been in since I was 13, so I don't even know what they have anymore. They could be completely, like, what if they grew up with us? It was like when we were 13, they were just interested in things that 13-year-olds were. And now, like, no one goes into Spencer's after they're 13. And so the thing is, like, when you go in when you're, like, 40, it's just really classy things.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, that's a really nice decanter. When did Spencer start selling decanters that weren't just made of boobs?
Yeah, right.
And they're like, oh, we've always done that, sir.
Yeah, right. Well, see, and this leads us right into conspiracy number 3 today.
Yeah.
That Spencer's is actually the room of requirement of stores, and it only has what you're interested in at the age you go in.
That's right. Honestly, it's... That's the secret to Spencer's. That's why it's still around.
That's why it's still around.
There's only a small select group of people that know this, but as a 30-year-old almost, when I go in there, it's just all things that we would want. Financial security.
Right.
It's got, like acceptance from your peers. It's got little to no want of or care of other people's opinions of themselves.
Oh, man. And
it went to you can buy like Coachella experiences for 4 years prior.
Right. And they've got job offers that are not based on experience.
Yeah. Avocado toast. That's where that came from.
Apparently we got to have that.
So,
we got to have that avocado
but
toast.
yeah, so that's what I really feel like. Honestly, I just need to go back into Spencer's and see what they've got for me.
Yeah, and then maybe we can spy on Build-A-Bear.
That would be the greatest delusion ever, the internet. Like when if VR ever takes off, like the greatest delusion of the internet is just having stores that you walk into that change with your age or what you've been looking at.
Oh, totally, dude. Like that's something that could totally happen. Like that should happen. In fact,
like, we should build this VR, like, where it's just like, oh, yeah, we noticed that these are things that you search for perpetually in your life. So here's all that cool stuff that you like all in one store that you can just
Exactly.
So that's really how Amazon should set up a virtual reality shop.
Right. Maybe this is what the deep state is like collecting all that information for, is so for the future store.
They're not doing it to help us.
You don't think they're doing it to help us?
They're doing it to hurt us.
Well, yeah, that makes
They're
more
the
sense.
deep state. If there's anything that I ever learned from the countless joke videos about Alex Jones,
Oh, yeah,
is
that's
that they're turning the frogs gay and stuff. That's
Yeah.
that's the absurd one.
yeah, that
Like-
is pretty absurd.
But that's what the deep state does, man. They do some bad things allegedly that I don't know who they are.
God, man. Alex Jones, dude. It is so strange. Like, I never imagined that you could just get ran off the internet like that.
I mean, I think I watched something about it, and they were talking about how is running him off. Like, he's a brand of crazy. He's an insane person and, like, all kinds of things, at least from what I've seen. But they say that, is that really going to stop anything? It's just going to be like cutting off a Hydra's head.
Yeah.
Where you cut off Alex Jones, and then 2 more, 3 more pop up in his place.
Right.
They get really big until they're nixed, and then, you know, more and more just keep coming up and up and up.
Yeah, right. And see, what I think is interesting about him, you know, this is a great point of conversation on our conspiracy theory episode.
Exactly.
I think basically, like, all of the like the sites that he got removed from, like iTunes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, they were completely within their rights to be like, this isn't the kind of content we want you putting on our website.
Sure.
And so, like, because he still has his own
Websites and
Infowars.net
stuff, yeah.
or whatever. Like, you can still go there and watch all of the videos he's ever made. And so,
Is
like,
he still making more videos?
I would imagine he is. It's his job, right?
I have to check that out now.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. So I always, like, I felt like, well, yes, one, like, it does seem a little fucked up that someone who's saying whatever they want is, like, losing business and views because other companies aren't into it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, if you were using other businesses to get those views, they can be like, sorry, no. If Google can say you don't get advertisements because, you know, because you have this word in your YouTube video, so you're not allowed to make money off of it, then, like, everybody else should be just as fine being like, well, yeah, well, I don't want this, so peace.
I think Infowars. I don't know how many people really watched Infowars because they thought it was real, or if they were just like really stoned people that were just like, "This is absurd. Let's watch it."
Yeah, right.
Like,
Dude, pretty much, you don't have to be.
like, yeah, because I could just imagine like that's something that people in college are just like, yeah, I just went home the other day and I didn't have anything to do, and I just wound up watching Infowars for hours because
Yeah,
it was
right.
just, it kept getting sillier and sillier, and he waves his hands around like this, and like,
It's like the freaking those videos called the truth of the forever time.
oh,
Like that, like 5-part series that I was watching for a while
yeah,
on YouTube.
I remember watching one of those with you.
Yeah.
That was weird.
They're very strange, like completely like radical and unbelievable and like totally gigantic conspiracy. You know, you can identify a conspiracy video because it's more than an hour and a half long.
Generally,
typically.
yeah, and it's normally about some weird thing that they're like, why are they not telling you about this? Or
Yeah.
like the other one would be like, history isn't what you think it is.
Or my favorite is the sun is actually a portal.
Yeah. Oh man, those are so much fun.
Yeah,
Man,
they
I
really
love,
are.
I love watching conspiracy theory videos.
Right, like I feel like conspiracy theory should be considered like a genre of fiction media rather than like them just being the thing that like people who just wish they were right about something got
Well,
into.
I think the thing is like that's our first episode. That was our
That's
first
true.
episode was about the Anunnaki conspiracy,
right.
because I just went off on a tangent for 10 minutes. Just
Yeah.
like, this is what I learned. Like,
Yeah, right. What kind of conspiracy theories have any of you guys listened to or know about? I'm really interested to know about all sorts of different ones because YouTube is full of them.
They know about the Dolphins having an agenda if they've listened to the
Well, that's
show.
true. The Dolphins do have an
They
agenda.
have an agenda.
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a fact.
That's a known fact.
That's a known fact.
But thanks for joining us today. I'm Wes Potts.
I'm Alex Kahneman.
Have a good one.
Okay, goodbye.